Welcome to week one of season 2 of All 22 Tuesday, a collaboration between FirstDown PlayBook, the coaching coordinator podcast, and joining us this year, the Scouting Academy and FNF coaches. We're really excited about the content that we're going to bring you this year in each and every play. As always, we like to bring you a special teams play here on All 22 Tuesday, and this one's very interesting. Let's start with the fact that we have a holder here in an indoor facility here in the Superdome, and I'm not quite sure why they would use a holder if he's doing something here from the standpoint of maybe putting a little pressure on the ball in a certain way so that they can get this sky kick. But Charlie, the first thing that comes to mind for me is that teams have not had their typical preseason. We didn't have preseason games. You would think in the NFL that you'd have the opportunity to work on plenty of things. Maybe it just didn't have the amount of reps that they were looking for. But, you know, the first thing you always teach your guys who are not the main returners into this, or when you get a ball up in the air like this, is signal for the fair catch. And that's one of the things that stood out, is that we didn't have that situation.
Exactly, Keith. And to set this up, now this is the fourth quarter, 11:38. Now the score was 24-17. And the Saints score to make it 31-17. There's a face masking type penalty on the touchdown. So now they're kicking off from the 50-yard line. So, you know, right now, even the announcers in the game were talking about onside kick, onside kick, onside kick. As you can tell by the alignment right here, Tampa Bay is worried about the onside kick. They have 9 players within 10 yards of where the ball, within 20 yards of where the ball is going to be kicked. I think it's just what happened was that, you know, you're just thinking about something so hard that you think about the wrong thing. You know, I think that they were so focused on the onside kick that it surprised them when they got the sky kick. Now, like you said, and I don't, having coached the special teams in the NFL, I don't know the significance of having a holder on this play. If that's something people are doing now for onside kicks, maybe it was just an additional decoy to make them think that this is onside, or does that help the sky kick? What I do know is that regardless if that ball's kicked up in the air or rebounded from the turf to the air, 85 here can call a fair catch. And 32 has no business being involved in this, as far as he should be blocking number 2, who ends up getting a return right here. Now, to add insult to injury, like you mentioned, we're in a Superdome here, and there is no crowd noise. So plenty of opportunity to communicate. But at the end of the day, critical mistake that really put the game away. So you can see right there, probably the best they were hoping for. They might have been hoping that, you know, the returner would get that ball right there, catch it, and maybe run out of bounds accidentally and, you know, pin them back inside. But it's just an opportunity. If you kick it deep, obviously you know where the ball is going to end up. So you know, it's a special situation with the ball being kicked from the 50-yard line. And I think maybe, like I said, Tampa Bay overthought it, and then the one player just, you know, he just froze. So right now, this guy on the 30-yard line should be blocking number 2. And number 2 is unblocked, and that's why he ends up with the football. Go back and look at it again. And they're in good situation. Now, the returner does not fair catch it or give a fair catch signal either. Maybe he thought that if you know, everybody was going to get a hat on a hat, he could actually make some yardage out of this. But, you know, once again, Keith, I think you hit on it, and I've been talking about it a lot over the past 2 months. The phase of football that will get neglected the most because of the pandemic and COVID and lack of practice and all that is going to be special teams, because you're going to be moving personnel in and out based on, you know, maybe you lose a guy because he tests positive, by all the kind of stuff going on right now. Maybe you lose him to injury. But at the end of the day, we all know that the third phase is the one that gets neglected. And so ends up being a critical mistake for Tampa Bay and Tom Brady's first game there as quarterback.
Be sure to join us each week throughout the NFL season for All 22 Tuesday. All 22 Tuesday is brought to you by FirstDown PlayBook, the #1 football playbook tool for coaches at all levels of football. Edit any of our 35,000 plays or draw your own from scratch. All plays come with detailed coaching points and player assignments for every position. Keith Grabowski is the host of Coach and Coordinator podcast. He interviews the most knowledgeable head coaches, coordinators, and position coaches from professional, college, and high school football. Keith and his guests discuss the philosophy, concepts, schemes, and strategies that they have learned throughout their careers. The Scouting Academy teaches you how to scout like a pro. Learn from NFL executives and coaches about the process of scouting from your home on your schedule. The Scouting Academy has 40 alumni with NFL opportunities and over 130 in college football. Friday Night Football Coaches is the platform for high school football coaches. FNF Coaches delivers content to the high school football coaching community through its website, print magazine, and other digital platforms. Links to all websites can be found in the description of this video. Thank you for joining us for this week's All 22 Tuesday, and we will see you next week.